folks, what's going on? It's Tales from the Film Set. I'm Scott, working off a camera that's different from my normal one because for whatever reason, that one ain't working tonight. Alongside me is Mr. Davion Bussey, and down below is Mr. Ryan O'Regan, pimping out as much as possible right now and really trying to show off the swag that he's got.
No. I'm simply trying to play within the boundaries of censorship, since I know this particular brand of clothing has been a problem in the past, so I am doing everything I can to cover up the bad word.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, we have Ales Ive Oriver, or actually Soriver. If the dollar is
no. Okay. No, look, if I take away this.
No. Just leave it. Don't.
Well, see, it's not like the shirt says assholes live forever, because if the shirt said assholes live forever with the word assholes in it, that could be a problem, for anybody.
That's why I'm covering
the word assholes.
Ryan.
And with that, we're going to get booted from YouTube.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
Yeah.
All right. We were back last week, but yes.
Yeah. So anyway, apologies for this. I look really pasty, and my God, my camera on my laptop is just terrible tonight. I kind of feel embarrassed by it, which is why I've got that down below.
Now you know how Dan Avidan feels.
Don't be.
You know what, dude? Dan, it's funny when we had Dan on. Like, half the comments on Reddit were just like, I'm so glad basically he got the first ever webcam to talk to you guys. Like, literally half the comments were like about his webcam. But the reality is, as long as the audio is fine, I don't give a crap.
I know. And if we ever decide to put this stuff on like audio podcast or anything, it would make the most sense. But yes, since we are in a visual medium, the fact that one of the most visually striking people that we know on YouTube has a glued over webcam that basically makes it look like he was trying to make sure he didn't get his image.
Suffice it to say, it's a lot worse than what you're seeing.
Back when hacking was a thing for that sort of stuff. It's like, I feel bad for him. I almost want to do a fundraiser to get him a webcam for his laptop.
You know what though? But it's apparently this is a normal thing with him. So. So like this, I posted when I posted on the subreddit, a lot of them were like, he clearly never got a better camera. So, it seems like they're used to it at this point. They didn't care. I mean, the views were 100% there, by God.
Understood. But again, from us that do this so regularly, when I know he doesn't, it's like, I can't believe people still do that.
I got
wait. Oh, God, it's him.
Speaking of people that don't know how to use a camera.
Yeah.
It's him, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it's me. Hello, is it me you're looking for?
It's funny. I did every single song from Lionel Richie ever. The entire discography. After 6 or 7 or 8 albums, it was really kind of the same stuff. Every song was like, love, I'm in love with you. You're in love with me. It's like,
no. Ryan's face was priceless.
My face is a lot.
Is there a reason you can't get your camera into landscape mode?
Well, I will leave and I'll come back.
Okay, bye.
Okay,
bye.
So yeah, that was Rob Manning, ladies and
gentlemen.
If
I had any grandparents, it would be like them trying to use a phone camera. My God,
they operate differently out in the Midwest.
Wait. Isn't he supposed to be the youngest out of us?
Yes, he is.
Yes. He's most tech savvy.
By the way, it's funny. We didn't really have a lot of topics for tonight, so I was kind of concerned of whether or not we were going to have enough to go through. But then history usually says we'll go about 4 hours with this shit.
Wait. I got something. I think I sent it to you, Scott.
Oh, yes. Well, ChemFest is one of them, yes.
That and also something from Instagram.
Well, anything self-promotional we usually do towards the latter half of the
No.
Whether it be something for you or something for Rob.
It's something regarding to a certain somebody, and I'm not going to say his name.
You shouldn't talk about me. That's rude. I've only been gone for 30 seconds.
It has to do with basically verbs talking about nouns, or nouns talking about verbs.
Okay, so what are we talking about? What did I miss?
Okay, I just got to get this out of my system.
Okay.
Here. So.
Okay, we'll get Swifties. If you're watching, we'll get to Taylor in a second. We'll just have to do some guy stuff first.
If the Swifties are watching, we need you to just shake it off.
Facts.
Oh God, we're gonna go that way.
Rob, don't draw their ire. please. And if I've learned anything, you do not upset the Swifty base or the Beehive or Bayhive.
Yes.
Hey,
Sorry.
hey, you
All
know,
right.
there's a similarity
wait,
between me
but
and Taylor
wait.
Swift.
But
We'll
wait,
never
guys.
go out of style.
But wait, guys.
Rob.
By the way, if you make one more Taylor Swift pun, I'm going to key you off.
Wait, can I just add something to that?
No.
Go
Yes.
ahead.
Haters gonna hate. I just wanted to add that.
I'm hiding myself. I do not know these gentlemen.
I just wanted to add
Where
that.
did Scott go? Scott, come back. You can
Scott's
wait.
doing the smart thing and trying to get away from this bonfire before it blows out of proportion.
Oh,
Oh, God. Okay.
I just wanted to get that out.
All right. Let me just say
Meanwhile,
this.
I now have to look like the Unabomber in order to hide myself from the.
You
Spots
actually
don't
look
come.
like somebody that's from the hood.
yeah, I was gonna say you look like a rapper.
You
Slap.
you could be like one of those low budget Jedi.
You mean the Disney Plus ones?
You could be the Wish version of Mark Hamill.
Or
I
you
wouldn't
could
mind
be
that actually.
or you could be that guy from
It actually just looks like I'm wearing sunglasses, even though this is like
the guy that says screw her in her private area. You remember
I'm
that?
not familiar with that meme.
Because
I
I'm
don't know.
not bringing it because it's very vulgar.
Then why even bring it up? You know we can't go that far.
Because I thought it was gonna hit you, but it went over your head.
By the way, we're
Well,
7
yeah,
minutes in.
because I'm now aerodynamic with the hood.
We're
Anyway,
now 7 minutes in. We haven't even started the damn thing yet.
yes. Let's get to the topics because we have.
Oh, wait.
Take the hood off.
We're not live right now?
Oh, yeah. We've been live for 7 minutes now.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's like we're trying to get something going here. And it's like, oh.
Well,
you know,
Ryan
let me just
looks
call
like-
this at this point.
Well, like
Dragon Ball. What's
Yeah,
going on with
Dragon
Dragon
Ball.
Ball?
So, okay. So a couple weeks back, a YouTuber by the name of Mark, who goes by the name of Totally Not Mark, pretty much blew up the internet because the long-standing and extremely popular YouTube series Dragon Ball Z Abridged had, up until recently, last few years, ended with the Cell Saga. The writers had put, by that point, about 10 years worth of work into the series. A lot of blood, sweat, tears, pain, even a couple legal issues as far as YouTube goes with copyright content. But they were beloved by the Dragon Ball anime and, frankly, YouTube community. To the point that you could post anything with any of this content and suddenly land 8,000, 10,000 views like that really quick. So it was a little disappointing when the group decided to call it quits because they just realized they couldn't write it anymore. And then a couple of weeks back, the YouTuber Totally Not Mark started to do a review on the Boo Saga, which is the saga that Dragon Ball Z Abridged never did until they collaborated with these guys. So the first time in so many years, Totally Not Mark was responsible in this case for bringing Dragon Ball Z Abridged to the one saga of the Dragon Ball Z series that was never done. And even though it was only about 30 minutes of total Dragon Ball Z footage, the internet, the YouTube community, the anime community went absolutely ballistic because of the fact that they finally came back after all these years. And for someone who spent a lot of years watching Dragon Ball Z Abridged and credits it for getting him through some really crappy times for a while there, it was nice to see. Was it on par to the old stuff? Not so much, because you can't really do much in 30 minutes as you can do in like 6 hours, 7 hours. But at the end of the day, it was just really good to see it come back again. And I just got to tell you, I'm really, really grateful that it did, because I think for a lot of fans, it gave them closure, because this was the series that was never done.
And I have to agree with you because I really, really noticed that. Like, we made it to Frieza Saga, Cell Games,
Yeah.
Majin Buu.
Well, no, I mean this would be like more of the Boo saga than Majin Buu and everything, but
yeah, the unfinished
thing of
thing
it
with
is, like, we're talking about like fandoms and everything here, and how many times have we seen something get ended or discontinued up until like its big final climax? Left on a cliffhanger where there's still some more story to go to, and unfortunately things end. It just dead stop. nothing about working on it for the future, nothing of that.
Mhm.
So
Season
can't
6
be
of the
surprised that the fandom really went ahead and just gravitated towards this. And even though it may be a shortened version, like let's say the Vine version of Abridged, which would just cut down on everything, but
Mhm.
something is still better than nothing. And if Team 4-Star went ahead and gave this thing its blessing, then that's all the more reason. Look at what happens with One Piece. The
Yes.
minute Oda got involved and gave it its blessing because they knew that the person working on it was going to be true enough to the story, even though it was going to be a different version, still knocks it out of the park and the fandom is happy. And
Yeah.
that's really all you really wanted to do with something like that.
You know, it's funny when I posted this. We actually, the voice of Goku had been on our show a couple of times because in this case, he is a massive Formula One fanatic. He loves Formula One. He is a savant, which is amazing because you wouldn't think necessarily one would tie to the other, but dude, he knows everything about everything. I
Dude is
posted
off
that
speed.
in a day and a half between the live video or the full size and also the short. We've gotten 3,300 views
Wow.
from a 33-second clip.
Sweet.
So, because that's how impactful it was, and that's how much those guys meant something. So, to me, like I said, it meant a lot.
Sean, you talking about Sean Schimmels?
No, screw that guy. No. I'm talking Masako X here. No. We're talking the good Goku, the good English Goku.
The abridged Goku.
Yes, the one that actually, literally, Dragon Ball fans have admitted when they think about Dragon Ball Z, they think about the voice of the abridged series and not the actual Funimation voices. They think about the voices of the YouTube channel first in their head, and I do too.
Okay, well, I got
it's not a surprise considering how much you can have like abridged on repeat more so than the other episodes.
And maybe that's part of it too. It's the fact that it's so easygoing, But yeah. Basically, for those that don't know, it took all the plots of Dragon Ball and just added like 20 to 30% to it. So Goku is 30% more of what he was. Vegeta is 30% more. But it didn't like parrot. It didn't like basically make a new series. They took the script and just kind of adapted it with all of the characters' weirdest quirks and just kind of expanded it just a little bit. And
it was more satire than anything.
Thank you. Satire is probably the better way of saying it. But it was awesome. And like I said, it was one of those things that a lot of the Funimation dubs, so Sabat and a lot of the other guys actually have collaborated with these guys. Kyle Aber, who's the narrator, has narrated some of the Dragon Ball Z abridged stuff. So they've, for the most part, the actual Funimation voices have liked this because of the fact they said, so you guys can do things that we weren't allowed to do. You can say things that we wanted to say, but we were limited by the Funimation script.
I think there's only one. I think Sean Schimmels, speaking of him, I think he was the only one that was against.
He was.
Okay.
Which I've wondered a little bit whether that was actually him saying it or like the paycheck saying it, which I would understand. He's made a lot of money and a lot of credibility over literally 20 plus years now, almost 25 years as the voice of Goku. So I can respect if that's why he's saying what he's saying. I don't blame him in the slightest for that.
Right.
Yeah, but it doesn't give off the same himbo energy that Bridge does.
Oh yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, the Buu Saga wasn't quite as entertaining, because again, there's only so much you can do in like 33 minutes. But if nothing else, it was just nice to hear it again. Nice to hear new content. There was I think Jersey Xeno Mike or something like that had he just took the clips from like the Totally Not Mark video. He pulled in 1.7 million views just from the clips of the abridged stuff, all built into one 12-minute video.
Oh wow!
Because that's how insanely popular this series was and how much it meant to a lot of people to have any kind of new content. So
I mean, just to pull back the veil a little bit here at Streampunk, when it was first getting going, especially on the shorts end,
that's true.
We did post clippets of little things that would have been seen from Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Right.
And even though it wasn't necessarily our content, it did help get at least some visual spectrum on us.
And then I felt guilty and I stopped it.
I made you feel guilty.
No. I felt it too, dude. It's the same way that I felt with like the new content.
Shut up, Bojack.
Yeah, shut up, Bojack. But it's funny because, like I said, there was one video that we did, the Vegeta I Am the Hype. We got about 650,000 views on this channel. And I think probably about 1,700, maybe 1,800 subscribers came from that video alone.
Nice.
So, that's where
and they've stuck around. So thank you for
they have, which is nice.
Our little bait and switch.
Yeah.
Hopefully we are the hype enough for you people.
I felt really bad about that, which is why I kind of stopped it. But I sent a message to Lawrence Simpson to talk to him again. Sent a message to Mark saying thank you and everything like that. But it's, like I said, for the fan base, it's just nice to hear it again, even if it wasn't on par. I mean, there was a couple of funny moments there were, but you can't do in 33 minutes what you can do across an entire saga, 10, 11, 12, even 30 episodes.
Now, to be fair, I haven't watched it. How much did they shit on Go Tanks?
Very little, because in this case, the Boo saga, because you know what it is. A lot of it was just it was because they didn't really have the time to. I think if they had a full series, they really would have gone nuts with it.
Okay, all right.
But they did touch on some Go Tanks stuff.
Because that was just the most annoying thing of that whole.
That was kind of pointless, yeah. Indirectly responsible for some of the problems too, because if Go Tanks was never trained, Gohan would have just
some baby ghosts that come out of him. I was like, come on now.
Well, when you're a 6 or 7 year old and you have that kind of mentality, But I don't like, But like I said,
he literally had Super Sperm being his assistant.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I will say that they did have a parody in.
Hey, don't look away! Don't look away! Don't day. You've watched it. You've seen it. You know.
Ryan, I'll tell you this: Ghost Nappa makes an appearance with the ghosts.
Oh.
So just figured it's worth a mention on that.
Why?
Oh.
Hi, language.
All right, bye.
What's going on?
So, yeah, he'll be right back after these messages.
Okay.
So, like I said, it was just really.
We had to cut our budget. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, now, Rob, you've never watched Abridged, or have you?
Not really. I don't.
Are you a big Dragon Ball person?
I don't watch a lot of adult humor stuff, and so no, I have not watched the Abridged.
Well, it's not really adult humor, though. That's the thing. It's It's a satire. It's honestly a pretty clean satire, but
really?
It's more of it's an homage and a satire at the same time. You could tell this is a fan love affair.
I could have swore there was bits and pieces I seen of it that were a little vulgar. Am I wrong?
There might have been a couple of things here, but it's not like there's worse. Yeah. Believe me, there's worse things on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, there are other versions of Dragon Ball that have been done up in ways that are probably more adult oriented. Probably focusing more on the violence or some of the characterizations. But as far as Abridged goes, it's pretty much more as if Dragon Ball was making fun of itself.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I could have swore there was vulgarness when I gave it a chance, so that's why I turned it off.
Here's what I will say. The writing got better and probably even cleaner as it went on. Because they had an additional writer early on that eventually they fired. So
that may
a lot
have been
of
earlier, because I mean,
a lot of the pop culture, not the pop culture humor, but a lot of the insert jokes of like Phil Ken's 7 popping in, dangly parts. A lot of that stuff went away when they got rid of that guy.
So and that's where we get the reference. The power levels over 9,000, correct?
Yeah,
that's the show. Yes,
that's one of the big ones there. But also at the same time, it's like
the power level.
Back when I was on your planet,
9,000.
Back when I was on your planet, the Namekian could barely handle Nappa, and now he's fighting Frieza in his second form. That can only mean one thing. What's that? Power levels are bullshit.
Which is not vulgar. It's just stating fact.
Actually, well, I will say that there is one line that is vulgar, but I'm going to say it anyway because I don't care. But it's like, you know what? Oh, awesome. You know what? You better duck because I'm about to turn left, and I don't want to smack you with my dick.
Again, that's probably not vulgar. That might just be accurate biology and physics.
That's what it's like. Like I said,
he's warning him.
And the fact that Jay came in after you said that's perfect time.
Because Jay came back right at the exact moment that I just said that.
They just like turned around and slapped all of us.
He's gonna be like, I'm gone, goodbye.
And he is on Scott's left.
Yeah.
Wow.
My dick couldn't be able to smack anything that way. So
No, but if anyone's getting hit first, it's you.
I can't.
Let's do clockwise rotation.
I can't.
It's great. I have a Vegeta print that's signed by Sabin, and he wrote the Christmas spirits over 9,000.
Nice. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
oh,
Yes.
that's
Please
nice.
change the subject away from genitalia. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
but like I
Sab-
said, well, see, here's the thing. The Brian Drummond was the one that really made over 9,000 famous, because in the
Right,
original
yes.
Viz version, or not Viz, well, it was some of the Viz cat, but the '96 version, it's over 9,000. You know,
Yeah.
that was not that was the smart one. Now, in this case, in the Dragon Ball Z abridged version, they're like, it's 1,006. And like, what? Because it turns out the scouter was upside down, which if you flip it would be 9,001, which is over 9,000.
But yeah,
But-
Brian's really nice too. I've met Brian as
Nice.
well.
You see my face?
Yeah, we
Like,
see
That's
it.
your
It
you
changed
see
from-
like an O face. That's a D face.
It's like it changed from it's over 9,000 from that.
Okay, and in the original anime and also the manga, what was the power level really?
Wow.
This is why we don't do DBZ trivia.
8,000, by the way.
8,000?
Oh, kind of like
In the
Kinda like-
original version in Japan, yes, it was 8,000.
in Yu-Gi-Oh.
You know
8,000.
what? Catch it, Nappa. Catch it with your teeth. Yay!
Yeah.
With Nappa.
Anyway, so that's all. I'm pretty good on this. If you guys got something else,
Yeah, no. A big credit to Totally Not Mark and
Yes.
Team 4-Star, and they finally got this taken care of. Now
So
it's only a
now
question
are
of
they-
whether or not they'll do anything beyond Z.
That's what I was
If
going to
they do
ask. Are they-
Super or I don't even know if it would make sense to like do Super, but if they ever did Dragon Ball GT abridged, that could be funny.
Yes.
Because
what?
because there's so much with that series that is prime for ridicule.
they
That-
do
You
Sorry.
could make it entertaining by doing so.
they do make a GT reference when it comes to Pan in the Buu Saga one.
Are you serious?
They do. Yes, they make one that actually does, and it does work. So
The question
Who
is,
knows?
so yeah, now that this has came out and obviously it's broke the internet. So do we think they're going to make more content, or that hasn't been confirmed?
they have that. I don't know yet. I think they got kind of tired of it, but what they could do is if they start, and I always thought they might want to do this, is if they ever took like other fan comics and just voiced it over.
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
kinda-
lot,
Be the big thing.
I
now.
may
You
get
find it on,
I may
like,
get hate for this reference, but it's like them coming back is kind of like how NSYNC just came back for a reunion. Is that a fair?
for most, but not
I
for
mean-
me. There's a reason I will say not for me, but you guys go ahead first.
to
I
an
mean, like I was saying, like for example, how they just all came back. They're not doing a tour or anything, but kind of like how the other people just did. They came back just for this. Kind of like how. So I was saying that's kind of a close reference. Would you say or no?
I mean,
In some
for
ways, yes.
something like that to come back and give us something new, simply off the basis of like a one-time event,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I can kind of see that. I can kind of
That's
make
what
the
I meant.
comparison because really the only reason
Mm.
VMAs had NSYNC going on in the first place is because they needed to show off that they have a new song for the Justin Timberlake starring third movie in the Trolls franchise.
Yeah.
So it's completely a cash grab moment.
Right.
And more than likely, there's no way they're going to go on tour because
No.
Chris Kirkpatrick looks out of shape. Fatone's too busy doing My Big Fat Greek Wedding movies. And
Or
Timberlake is Timberlake.
conventions. Or conventions.
So, yeah, I mean, if it's all just for this one movie hit, yeah, sure, fine.
Mhm.
I get it. Again, it's digging into a very particular fandom and
Sure.
giving them something that they either didn't know they wanted or are going to be satisfied regardless. And
You know what?
It's-
actually what they
Here's the
did
thing
with
but that worked really well for like New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
because you get all these teens and tweens who are suddenly old enough, and now a lot of the fans of NSYNC are in their maybe late 30s, early 40s, so
Yeah.
you can hit that demographic well. Now I will say this: You know that I listen to a lot of, every single song of an artist. I mentioned Lionel Richie before. I'm finishing up John Parr. I did every song by NSYNC, and I was thoroughly disappointed. I really, really, really thought I was, the songs that, obviously you got like, Bye Bye Bye, and you got the rest of those songs that but
Backstreet Boys are better.
There's the rest of their content was honestly pretty weak.
Yeah.
And it surprised me because I figured it'd be better, but there's only like 2 good songs there. I mean, I put them almost on line to Eiffel 65 as one of the most difficult ones I ever went through.
Eiffel 65 only had one song.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, like Earth, Wind, and Fire was fantastic throughout all the decades, even when they were aligning with Snoop Dogg, which was fantastic.
Right.
Lionel Richie was great in his final album because he aligned with like Dolly Parton, Boss Skaggs, and a bunch of other stuff like that. Led Zeppelin, fantastic all the way through. NSYNC, kind of disappointed. And I was surprised by that.
Because NSYNC doesn't have that. It's missing that wow factor. It doesn't have that collaboration with other artists because of the fact that they're only focused on themselves.
I'm sorry, we're still just trying to put Kyle's comments in with the Dragon Ball stuff, and here we are talking about NSYNC.
That's okay. You know what? I'm seeing the comments. I figure I'm gonna throw them up. So
it does. Hold on. It does tie in what we're about to talk about next because we're about to talk about Taylor Swift, and NSYNC did give Taylor Swift their award or whatever. So it technically goes with it.
Wait, yeah, but a lot of people
is that the cue to change topics?
No,
yeah.
No, it's not. This is the cue. Tell me why, even though it's Backstreet Boys out.
Tell me.
I ain't telling you nothing.
So what is going on with Tay Tay?
Okay, so by the way, that I tried my best. I mean, a lot of the Taylor Swift images are, how do I describe this? Sensual.
Revealing?
That's a good word too. Revealing.
See,
so
I wouldn't call them sensual. I would say glamorous, for sure.
Yeah.
But no offense, but in this picture, she looks like a Barbie.
Facts.
I'm sorry.
She
looks plastic.
He's right, though. No, Scott, he's right. I have to agree with
Rob.
I have to agree with the boy. He's right.
There, how's that? Is that better?
She looked like a professional wrestler.
Yeah, a professional wrestler.
Well, yeah, okay. That does have like a Becky Lynch sort of feel to it, but
she's a professional Barbie. Wrestling Barbie.
But Rob, you say the B word again. I swear to God.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to tolerate it.
I'm not. But here's the thing. Okay, so I wanted to bring up this story simply because I know
the numbers just dropped.
Yeah, no, I'm sure a lot of people are talking. Look, I may not be the biggest Taylor Swift fan. She's got a couple of songs I do like. Lord knows I am fans with quite a few of her Swifties, and they are fervent believers in all things Taylor, which is completely fine, But as Dee Dee, but
it's Dee Dee.
The thing is, her putting out a theatrical version of her Eras tour, which has already been mired with ticketing controversy. People just have not been able to get tickets to this thing, and the people that do feel like they're on top of the world, and rightfully so. Right. I'm sure she puts on a great show. How you doing, David? Thank you for coming.
And they have to spend a lot of money too.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, Taylor's not going broke over this. So the fact that she actually wanted to go ahead and do something for the fans that have not been able to get to the concert and actually put out a movie version, which is going to be coming out next month. That is incredibly a short window of time for promotion, but in this circumstance, it's working. Like, you have entire theaters that are being sold out just because these are the people that cannot make it to the live show. Yes. This thing has come out of nowhere so much that movies that were scheduled for her release date have now moved away from her release date. I know the
Friday the 13th, a movie that's a horror movie supposed to be released on Friday the 13th.
Yeah, no, it pushed itself up a week, so that this way it did not get lost in the mire of Taylor Swift fandom at the movie theaters.
Wait, so this is coming out
a baller move.
Yeah.
So this is,
and we're not even getting into the theater. Go ahead, Rob.
Sorry, is this coming out October 13th?
Yes,
Yes.
Why? I'm sorry.
Because it can.
because it can.
And it's
Because
Taylor
that's-
Swift.
Well, yes, it is Taylor
Because-
Swift,
listen.
but yes.
Because they want to tie the Saturday into my parents' wedding anniversary. That's why.
They want to make
that-
Jason. They want to make Jason and Freddy Krueger look like Barbie.
Look, for as much as you may want a horror movie on Friday the 13th in October, trust me, nothing is going to be scarier than an entire theater full of Swifties that are just going to be going balls to the wall, treating this like it is a concert.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I've already heard from like people, mind you, I am a former AMC employee. I have worked with people that work there too. They could tell you if it's anything like what happened when the
Swift.
BTS had their movie in theaters and the entire theaters were sold out, people getting private screenings just to see the stuff. If it's anything like that, there is going to be mass hysteria and a lot of
I think it's going to
angry
be worse
workers.
or better depending on your perspective of it.
So,
Having to
so
deal
we can
with this.
guarantee it'll be cash.
Yeah.
Well, here's
Yeah,
what's
no,
interesting.
unfortunately, we didn't do trash or cash for this.
No, that's
yet,
for next week.
Yeah, no, I think that's boy. I don't think there's any way this couldn't be cash
Yeah.
because
If
here's the
anything,
thing.
it's going to be. It'll probably be a question of anything else will be cash for that month.
Yeah.
The question is, will it overtake Barbie?
Well, no, it's not going to overtake Barbie because
No,
it's
we
not
don't
gonna have
know
as
that.
much
We don't
content.
know that.
Listen,
We
Right?
don't know that because you guys
I-
didn't think Barbie would pass Mario, and it did. So,
And Taylor got a lot of fandom.
and this
yes. But
this reminds me of
All right.
the. Have
we
you guys
answer that
seen
one?
the?
one of us got to answer that question.
David, what is this about? Are you talking about the show or this particular topic in regards to Taylor Swift putting a movie
Or
just
yes,
automatically into theaters next month?
Yeah.
yeah, it could be
Because-
either one. But
And,
I mean,
short version is she took one of her era tours and they made some light editing to it and things like that. And for about a budget of about between 10 and 20 million dollars, which when you think about it,
that's
movie
not-
theaters in general, that's not even money.
it's going to be nothing.
Um,
Yeah.
She the concert itself is being aired in theaters. So what we're going to get into and the reason why I'm going to get into in a minute why this is such a big deal, because the movie studios are livid. I mean, beyond livid about the fact that this might change the scope of really everything happening with Hollywood, because the fact that, well, here's the thing. And yes, listen, Indiana Jones was 294.7. So Taylor Swift 20 million doesn't even count as money. But what happens is typically, this is what happens with movie theaters, is you have the movie, it goes to a studio, Disney, Paramount, Warner Brothers, whoever it is, who then in turn take the movie directly to the theaters. And that sort of is the segue or the middleman here. Taylor Swift was just like, movie theaters, here, go. And she is such a strong and powerful entity that she basically said, screw you to the studio execs, and just took it directly to the theaters for pretty much the first time, one of the first times ever. By law, legally, as of 2020, studios can set up their own movie theater. So Disney can have a Disney movie theater if it wants to. They focused on streaming. That was their choice. May have bitten them in the ass, but there's another thing.
Yeah,
but in
basically,
this
AMC has been focusing with Taylor on this one, and
Yes.
has been like the prime distributor of all the locations that are going to be showcasing this.
And there's a lot of places that are doing it because she has such a huge following. But in this case, because of the fact that she's bypassing the studio, she is also therefore bypassing the studio's cut on the ticket prices.
Yeah.
So it can come down, and the prices may be a little bit lower as a result, and they probably will be. And she's doing apparently a 50-50 split between like what she made and what like the crew and all this kind of stuff. And because she's been very, very forthright that way. But it's interesting because the studios, who obviously right now are literally in month 4.5 of this writer strike,
Yeah.
And actor strike.
and but the SAG's unimportant in this case. SAG just goes along with it. SAG is the little brother that wants to hang out with the big brother.
No, but you also have to become pilot because obviously you have these actors that can't necessarily promote the movies that are being sent into theaters right now. And here you have somebody who's not SAG-AFTRA affiliated, who's going ahead and putting out her own product, putting it into theaters to bypass the distributors and simply giving it to the people.
Yeah,
Like,
straight up.
This is essentially like when the writer's strike happened years ago, and you had like reality television, starting to make like more of a skyrocket in entertainment because you couldn't have the scripted stuff working.
Learning Channel.
This is basically that. This is reality television being put
Yeah.
onto the movie theater for the masses, and they are going to eat it up.
Yes. And what's interesting about this is the fact that, like I said, this is making the studios pissed off because nobody has ever had the kind of power before to fight the studios, to fight Disney and fight all these groups. Yet she does.
Lord and Taylor and Swift.
I mean, it's
Lord and Taylor. Our Lord and Taylor.
Or Lord and Taylor. I mean, the reality is, truth be told, if she ever decided to run for president, she could win.
Oh yeah, she's got like Dwayne Johnson mid-2000s kind of energy.
Yeah. And I think it's funny because you look at what she has been able to do and the branding. And I was going to say, there was a style theory by MacPat that talked about how her look has changed depending on what the situation is, the era, the clothing line, and how she changes her entire look with every aspect to focus on specifically a specific era.
Yep.
And
that's the tour.
Yeah, in this case, the Eras Tour. But even before that, I mean, she had a 70s look, a 60s look, a 50s look, an 80s look. And to see what's going to happen, I'm very, very curious to see what happens here. Because again, if studios are moving, Halloween and horror movies away from like Friday the 13th on October, in a Halloween-esque month, because of the damage she can do, what happens next? I mean, could basically somebody else like well, I hate to say it, like a BTS, or a Weekend or anything like that follow suit?
Billie Eilish.
Could a big enough, movie of some kind do the same thing and negotiate directly?
Haven't they tried? They've tried this with other movies, haven't they? Like they did this with
Michael Jackson.
Well, I was gonna say Michael Jackson. Justin Bieber did his own like video thing.
Wamba has watched VH1 apparently.
And don't forget, basically, you got Seeking Sister Wives, where basically guys go out and try and find multiple spouses and then complain about the fact he has too many women in his house.
Hey, the Girls Next Door. I was not mad at that show.
No, I'm talking about Sister Wives. I've seen the show.
I know.
My wife DVRs the show. I have seen the show. I know Cody.
Family Learning Channel, silly hat only.
Cody is divorced from 2 of his 4 wives at this point.
One thing that this reminds me of, have you guys by chance saw the Muppets Mayhem movie or show?
The television show about the Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. I love that show. That is an awesome show.
This reminded me of when they had like the Taylor fan base come attack them because the tweet went wrong.
And the Bayhive and all the boy band one is like, when
they accidentally did the wrong tweet, it auto-corrected and basically bashed every single fandom, and then they had all the different fandoms come and attack them. You had the Taylors, and so
all because Dr. T they put out one bad tweet, but that's how the fandoms go. And look, say what you will about like movie fandoms, whether it be Harry Potter, Star Wars, Marvel, DC. Whatever we had to work with this summer and whether or not they came out to the theater, Swifties will come to the theater for this.
Yeah.
And I feel bad.
Drives.
The other thing is, do you think the theater can play any other movie than this at the time? Because like you said, they're probably going to treat it like a concert. So people are going to be singing. So therefore, depending on what theater you're at, if you're at my theater,
that's a solid thought.
That has probably been discussed about whether or not the movie and the audience inside will be a distraction for any other movie going on nearby. If a theater is smart, they can still parlay this and do it accurately. Most theaters, at least ones that I've seen, usually have like 2 splits. There's like the theaters on the left and the theaters on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure that the Eras Tour is playing on one side. And because they've been adding shows, it's going to be enough shows for everyone to go and see. Just have them all play at around the same time in the same era. So as long as one side's good and the other side is for all the other movie fans, you're set.
Depends on the theater too, because if you're a small theater and you have, let's say, because obviously with a movie like this, they're not going to enforce people to be quiet. You're going to have everybody singing. So therefore, I mean, at my theater, I know this movie could be, I don't even know if my theater is getting this movie, but it could be a problem because like I said, yes, the rooms are soundproof, but they're only soundproof to a point.
Yeah, no, you still get like reverberations and everything, but depending on like where the speakers are, how thick the walls are. Trust me, I've been in enough movies where it's like I'm watching like a mystery, and then all of a sudden you've got like a Mission Impossible movie in the theater right next to me. You hear the explosions over there,
Yeah.
and you're like, where are the explosions as they're investigating the crime scene? Where does that come? Who did the video editing and the audio editing on this? Whoever they messed up. I get that. But again, any theater runner is going to look at this and be like, okay, we have to divide the two. We cannot have them intermixing. If they're smart about it, they will play it up, and the fans will enjoy it, and everyone else will enjoy that the fans are enjoying it far from them.
And that's not to say that fans won't basically buy multiple tickets, too. They could buy the 6 o'clock, the 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock show, or whatever it happens.
Yeah, they could spend all day in the theater if they wanted to.
Kyle, I hate to say it, but I cannot go with your statement because I don't know. I'm just that we've seen some incredible things this year, and I don't know. Until I see second week box office, I can't.
So you're saying it could beat Barbie?
I mean, we didn't think Barbie would beat Mario, and we didn't even think Mario would hit $1 billion. I mean, at least what I've seen. I didn't think Mario would hit $1 billion. I didn't think I did predict Barbie would beat Mario, but you guys didn't believe me.
Oh,
but
wow.
there's a lot of
I noticed that you say that a lot.
Yes,
just a little.
But no, okay. So with Taylor Swift, you have people that pay thousands and thousands of dollars for the tickets to be all the way in the nosebleed. So why not for $8 to $20 or how much ever the tickets are? Right. You could hit $1 billion.
I'm going to say this, and Scott just did it on a screen. And this is at like Essex Grade Theater. This movie is almost sold. It's pretty much sold out.
Yeah. The only thing that'll be a question as to whether or not this thing beats any kind of records is simply by instituting how long this thing is going to be loud in theaters.
Yeah.
Is it going to be just for 2 weeks? Is it a special event? Or are we going to see the Eras tour all the way towards Christmas?
But if you look at these, I mean, a lot of these guys, this is still literally about 3 weeks away.
And it's already full at some point.
Or almost full, Look, I mean, wherever this laser one is, I mean, you're getting sold out shows here. And this
notice you're seeing more of the sold out shows in the cheaper versions of the theaters, sure. Because laser is just like your basic.
By the way, that's also Friday night. That's not even Saturday or Sunday.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure because of it, Halloween, because the fans will be dressed up in whatever outfits they want to. They'll be all singing together. There will be nobody actually sitting in their seats. They are simply reserving a small amount of space to be in the theater at that time while everyone else is dancing and singing. They're going to treat it like a concert. And I hate to see the floors afterwards with all the popcorn, soda, and everything strewn about. The concessions people and the cleaning crews will kill themselves after this event.
Yes.
Yeah, they will.
But I will say this. The theater, they're putting in an age restriction in this.
Oh, no.
You had to be with a guardian.
Wait,
which means you're going to have dad there sitting there being like, damn, she's really hot. She legal?
Yeah, no. Every parent's going to have find their own reason to still be there. Hopefully, maybe the sales of sound-canceling earphones will go up, too, and they can just put that on.
Wait, did you say there's an age restriction for this?
Yeah, at some theaters.
Well, and you know what it is? It's not. Is it necessarily Taylor Swift, or is it just a theater rule across the board now, where you can't be there without an adult?
This is with Taylor Swift.
Is this like? Is she having an adult? Is her album more adult based then?
No, not really. No,
but why is there? What is the age restriction? That's a better question. Is it 13 plus? Is it?
It's probably just making sure that parents aren't leaving like small children who are fans of Taylor in the theater by themselves while the other grown fans are going reckless.
Right.
It's probably more of like a protection thing.
Okay. Because her fan base can get crazy.
Yeah. No, exactly.
It must be accompanied by an adult 21 or older for movies starting at 6 p.m. or later.
Oh, okay, that's a different.
Yeah, no. If it's like look, I doubt the 1 p.m. crowd is going to be raucous compared to like the 8 p.m. crowd. If it is, you got a bigger issue on your hands.
So, guys, buy your tickets today.
6:30.
Buy your tickets today before they're sold out.
Dude, the fact that, like I said, 3.5 weeks away and they're already starting to sell out.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You're gonna be every fan is going to want to be a part of that opening weekend. Not to say they won't do it like the weekend after, or probably towards the end of the month, or towards Halloween, but everyone is going to want to be a part of that opening weekend.
Yo,
Rob will not be seeing this
already. We're from Jersey, ladies and gentlemen, except for Rob. Rob is from PA.
From what?
Actually, he's from
PA.
He's from AK.
I'm from Arkansas.
From Arkansas, sorry.
He's a little rocker.
But
originally from Chicago, but I live in Arkansas. So
sorry. But
right, but that's why I said little rocker. So I mean,
let Davion go. He really wants to say this, and I'm
all right.
AMC Mountainside, which is in Mountainside, New Jersey, Route 22.
Yeah,
nearby me.
They only got one slot left. Everything else is sold out.
So you better go get your ticket.
So they only have one seat available left.
Oh, slot.
Oh, slot. Okay.
10 a.m. slot.
I mean, what day is that? On Friday?
10 p.m. No, 10 p.m. slot. Sorry. That is a Friday, the 13th or October.
Oh, a 10 p.m. slot?
Yeah, but
dude, you're gonna get the drunk fans for that one. They're gonna be pre-gaming like mofos, doing their cosmopolitans and their Applebee's. They're going in.
Right. That's not it.
Yeah, if I go to Apple,
10:30 p.m. is sold out.
Well, wait, how many seats are available in that 10 p.m.?
Well, I don't know, but the AMC Mountain, that is a big theater.
So if I go to Applebee's, do I get a free coupon to see this?
No.
Dude, if Applebee's was smart, they would jump on this.
Taylor Swift does not need the help that Indiana Jones needed.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is still 382 million.
So, okay. So we, as movie reviewers, the few of us that do that, who is taking the bullet and going to see the Eras tour and reviewing it?
My parents' anniversary.
Not me.
1, 2, 3, not it.
All right, Rob, hold on. If it's in my theater, I will take the bullet and go see it.
Which one is what is your theater?
I don't have an AMC, but we have been getting a lot of movies. It's Sun Valley Cinema. I would have to go on the page, or you probably can look up Sun Valley Cinema.
Yeah. Dave, since you're on your phone, check Sun Valley
soon.
Cinema, Arkansas, and see if a website comes up for ticket purchase.
Yeah, it should. Go to,
because that's the thing. If they are going to do this, they'll already have it on there.
Well, yeah, you would. So the way the website is, you'll find it and then go to coming soon because you can't pre-purchase.
It's on. It's by the way, Sun Valley Cinema does have it, but no tickets are available yet.
Yeah, it won't be. But that my theater doesn't let you pre-purchase on a website. But so you're saying,
Rob.
I know, Rob. You know what, guys?
Here we go.
Wow. Go dressed as a combination of Elf and Swift because you know Buddy would be a fan.
Wow. Buddy Swift. Yeah.
I have to do it for we have to review it. Yeah.
It has to be like a green dress with like red stockings. I can
probably see Day doing it.
Are you guys paying my tickets to go?
Don't think I'm doing that. I am not going to see that.
I will say this though. Could you imagine if one of us listen, I'll be 48 by that point, so I'm out. But if we get something like that and throw it up on TikTok, let's think about this from the business perspective here.
Oh God.
Dude, I'm always thinking about the numbers. I have to.
Look, I will say this. If I have a date that wants to go and see this movie,
okay,
I will go with them for that. I am not going to be the lone strange guy going into the Eras tour and sitting there by myself, because I will be sitting. I will not be up and dancing around. I will be sitting. I will be looking at it as a film pundit, even though I am not really one. But
would you actually, Ryan, if any one of you guys had, like, say, a tween niece, like a 12-year-old, and you went with them, would that be acceptable also?
No.
I do have
What
a
was the
19-year-old cousin, but I don't know if she's a Swiftie.
But you know what I'm saying? Something to offset the fact that you're a guy in the audience, and you're like a 40-something-year-old guy in the audience, and that's going to look really weird.
I
if
know,
you
but that's
went
like a
with
gay
someone-
guy having to get married. That's his beard. It's like I'm not bringing like my cousin to be my Swiftie beard. All right.
Hey Ryan,
No.
Ryan, I need you to just shake it off.
No. I'm not.
Rob, I
No,
swear to-
Ryan's
oh
not
my
shaking
God.
it off. I'm not shaking it off on that one. I am not going.
Oh, wait. Oh. Does your husband want to do a review? Does your sister want to do a review?
Oh man.
I will.
By the
we'll
way,
see.
can I give props to Kyle real quick?
Yeah.
He did his first press photography on Saturday at Subaru Park down on the field for the team's 2-2 tie against Cincinnati. He got a really, really good video of Daniel Gozdog's penalty kick. So respect to that. Huge, proud of that. So,
Good job, Kyle.
Anyway,
But yeah,
I
will definitely see about.
I would not even bring my mom to go see that movie.
Well, that's your own problem.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not taking my sister or anything. We did Indiana Jones. That's probably our movie for
What?
the year.
I remember yeah.
But
That was
That's
definitely a movie.
okay.
like I said, I know enough people that are Swifties. If one of them
I'll find a
wants
date.
me to come,
Yeah, you do that, Rob. You do that.
Rob's single. He'll find a date to go to the Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I know it'll be a bunch.
If
of
your
women-
sister wants to do a review, screw it. I'll take it.
yeah,
I'll give credit.
we might as well
You know,
get all perspectives on this.
I would, personally, I would rather have a Swiftie do a review on this than just one of the floor schmucks.
Well, I mean, we can have that happen. We'll just do it like right after the movie, and we'll gather up a bunch of fans and have them comment
As long as they're over 18, that's okay.
Whether or not we
I don't
can
want
do
you
that in a
recording
minute,
12-year-old
I don't
girls,
know. But
He's too far away. I did my long distance relationship
Wait,
25
Rob
years ago. Not
can be
again.
who date?
Rob lives in Arkansas. Rob's for women only.
Same here.
And yeah, like I said, I did a
wait,
long
you're
distance
saying I'm not?
relationship a lot of years ago. I'm never doing that again.
What are you guys
It
trying to
ended
say?
badly.
We're not saying anything, Ryan.
Hey, you already know I'm. Look, just ask
1,
your
2, 3,
cousin.
not it.
I'm just saying.
Anyways,
Rob?
So do we have anything else to talk about today?
Yes.
Well, since we're talking about AMC theaters and their ultimate, brilliance in working with Taylor, let's talk about when they're complete idiots.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Because AMC did one of the most boneheaded moves that they could possibly do, considering everything that's going on for the Halloween season.
Mhm.
Now, you guys are familiar with Saw X. We talked about it back on.
Saw
supposed
Patrol,
to-
or Saw Patrol.
And
Yeah,
Saw
yeah.
was supposed to come out on Friday 13th, correct?
Right.
No. Saw is still coming out at the end of this month.
Oh, okay.
And in lieu of that, Saw and Lionsgate actually put out a promotional video for the movie, which, in a sense, satirized the Nicole Kidman AMC movies live here sort of bumper that they play before all their movies in the theaters. And it was a great satire. Like, you literally had like the little Saw doll on his tricycle going beat by beat,
I see that. Yeah.
doing what Nicole Kidman does in the video, and and the way they changed the wording around and the images that they showed from the previous movies and previous stuff. And this was brilliant marketing. I have not seen marketing like this since Deadpool. Like,
Okay.
it was just so meta, so well created. And the fact that it focused simply on AMC theaters. They didn't do this for Regal or Alamo Drafthouse or Cinemark, anything else. This was strictly just for AMC.
Okay.
So, it's almost like Lionsgate saying, "Hey, if you want to go see Saw X, go to an AMC theater." It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that by word, but simply by doing this little thing, we wish we could show you the movie. We wish we could show you this little snippets of this trailer or this commercial that they made for them. But AMC said, "No, take it down."
Wait, what?
Yes, AMC, the president of AMC, pretty much told Lionsgate, "Hey, we don't like this. Take it down.
Hmm.
So far as to say, even when the video was removed from the internet, which, mind you, if you go on YouTube, you can probably still find it in some.
I already found it.
But yeah, you can't find it through the Saw YouTube channel or the Lionsgate YouTube channel. You can't find it officially, but you can probably find it. But they sent, and I shit you not, a cease and desist letter.
We come to the theaters
Look,
to scream, to beg, to play.
Wow.
That
Yeah, I
indescribable
did see
feeling
this.
you get when the lights
that is brilliant.
when the lights flicker on and off.
That is
Calls
just
for mercy.
Right.
like, I don't care who you are. That is just clever.
My question is, did it offend Nicole Kidman or something?
No.
No,
This was
it probably
nothing
offended
against
the
Nicole
lawyers.
Kidman.
It probably offended the lawyers.
Yeah.
It offended AMC.
Well, no, I get that. I'm
I
wondering-
don't. That's the thing.
What was Nicole Kidman's reaction? Do we know?
Probably didn't care.
Probably none, to be honest. I mean, she probably. Last I heard, they were actually coming to her to make like a second commercial for this. They wanted her to do another AMC one,
Mhm.
and I'm like, okay, fine. You want to go ahead and throw away your money, but yeah, no, like, that's exactly what a lot of people thought when they first heard it. It's like,
God,
You
how many,
do
how many
realize-
lawsuits- how many cease and desist did Nintendo have? Like
Yeah.
30?
oh, plenty. But
Plenty.
you do realize that by Saw doing this, they have essentially done marketing not just for their film, but for your theater.
Yes.
Which usually when we hear about AMC, you don't have the best track record promotionally.
Right.
Because you usually do things that make people not want to go to your theaters, like the ticket pricing for the center of the theater being increased, or the simple fact that you're going out of business again and you need
Mhm.
financial help, or
Especially
just
the theaters
simple
being the way
fact-
they are right now anyway.
or just the simple fact that you try to make collusion deals with certain theaters,
Mm.
certain distributors, to have things play in your theaters and not others. So AMC doing this is really like one of the biggest bonehead things I could possibly think of. But I wasn't even necessarily set on seeing this Saw movie. Now I want to. And I want to see it at a different theater than AMC just to spite them.
Okay.
All right.
We could go to what theater?
Regal?
I mean, usually the biggest competition is
AMC
Cinemark
Mountainside.
or Regal.
Regal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
we'll see.
But are you going to see Paw Patrol? That's the question.
No.
Because in this movie, the Paw
Rob can see Paw Patrol.
Yeah,
I'll see Saw, he
Paw
can see
Patrol,
Paw
yeah.
Patrol.
Rob will see Paw Patrol if you're gonna pay for my ticket. Rob doesn't have money to go to all these movies.
Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol. Whenever you're in trouble. By the way, actually, in this one, apparently the Paw Patrol pups become evil.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Do they put people in like compromising elaborate structures for them to get out of?
I don't know, but apparently something happens and then they turn evil. So
Must be the superpowers corrupting them.
All right.
could be.
I want to bring up before we start Chemfest. I do want to bring up Blue Mouse and their trailer of Five Nights at Freddy.
When's that come out?
That comes out next month. That will definitely be talking cash or trash for. Which
That'll
since
be
that comes out later in October, that might be the biggest hit from the Taylor Swift movie.
By the way,
was
that's
gonna say
by the way,
that-
our October cash or trash would probably be next week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because next week is the 25th.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
That has to be.
Officially in fall at that point. God.
Yeah, no, time flies, man.
Wait, who
What's-
said it's going to be trash?
So time doesn't
I never-
fly. Time teleports.
No,
Time
I,
instant transmissions.
the fact that Matthew Lillard in it, it's gonna make it cash.
I'm going to say cash.
Well, guys, this is
We'll
next
cover that
week.
in due
Next
course,
week.
but-
Okay.
Hey, we'll get new audience members. We got the tailies right now that aren't probably going to tune in next week, so we're telling them our review now.
You know what's funny? I was wondering. I've been watching the numbers, and I was wondering kind of I mean, I don't know what's going to be after it's done. We have seen a solid growth going upwards on live shows, both during the show and then also afterwards. I'm seeing the same numbers right now for like bizarre topics. You know, because we started with Dragon Ball Z abridged, where Taylor Swift was a big front. You know, we're like one step away from like, you know, planning your retirement. 5 things about your IRA you need to know. You know, just like weird crap.
Look, we are all things to all people.
Did you know switching to Geico can save you 15% or more on your car insurance?
By the way,
Actually, they don't
even
use that slogan
Thank
anymore.
you. You just killed their audience.
Yeah, they don't use that.
I'm not.
Yeah.
All right. So
actually,
But
by the way,
so,
that does bring up something when I
based upon this, I just want to ask you guys. I'm besides Rob, because we know Rob's not going to see it.
Yeah.
Does this entice you more to want to go see Saw X?
of course.
Oh, okay. No, I almost forgot. Like, Rob isn't going to see this.
I'm a candy ass, so no.
But yeah, Scott doesn't do scary movies.
Really, Saw's not a scary movie. It's just
that is a scary movie. Thank
it's
you.
Not. It's not.
I don't handle helplessness well in movies.
That is a horrifying.
The worst
movie.
nightmares that I have are entrapment nightmares. So
yeah.
So wait, you're saying Saw isn't a scary movie franchise?
It's more in the gory aspect,
Which can be scary.
Yeah.
Scary does not necessarily have to be ghosts and goblins. Scary is whatever's going to make you piss your pants. And if you have blades and bugs and syringes and things and chemical burns and fire, what if there are things that'll harm your body? Chances are you might piss a little.
So you're saying you'd be okay if you were in this franchise? If you were to be sucked in this movie, you'd be okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I would be in the movie, yeah.
Doing horror is
I
vastly
meant
different
like
from watching
he
horror.
had to be in
Because
real
when you're doing horror, you don't really see, you know what's happening, but you don't. So, I mean, I've been killed with a machete in a horror, and it's like it doesn't have the same impact till it gets on screen.
I've had my head taken off in a horror movie.
That is true, and it's still basically it's still unattached.
I've been possessed.
Nice.
Yeah, the beauty of horror, and I know this may not be something that's in your foray, Barb, but the beauty of horror is that you are seeing how the sausage is made. So the effects that would normally be frightening to you are dulled down to such a degree that it won't affect you. All you have to do is do your scream and you're good.
I mean, the funny thing is the kid from The Shining didn't know he was even in a horror till years later.
Wait, how?
He had no idea until years later that he found that he was in a horror movie, because they just told him, do this, ride your big wheel down, say this. And he's like, okay. And then years later, it's like, but you were in one of the greatest horror movies of all time. He's like, I was.
He was running from his father who was trying to kill him. How does he not know?
Because in this case, if you ever notice with a lot of the camera work, a lot of it was, in many cases tight on him, because again, when it comes to kids, you're limited on time. So yeah, no, he didn't know.
He was saying red rum. He was saying murder backwards. That should not be good for any normal child.
And how would he know what red rum was? Besides, the kid might even know what rum was. He might have thought it was a drink.
Oh my God, that blows my mind.
I mean, a kid wouldn't know that unless he was dyslexic or something like that. He may think it was murder, but I mean, no little 7-year-old.
To be fair, I'm dyslexic, and I didn't even know that. What red rum was from.
But see, look, if even a little kid doesn't know that he's in a horror movie and gives one of the most memorable performances in horror, acting in a horror movie can be super easy.
See, right there from Business Insider.
And fun.
Yeah.
That's cool.
See, Rob, for your career, you got to get into a horror movie.
No, I don't.
You got to die at least one time.
No. I can stick with my movies I've been in. And I'll be okay.
It worked for Kevin Bacon.
Well, that's Kevin Bacon.
You got the Footloose.
Footloose.
No, Footloose is scary for a whole different reason.
Is it still the greatest movie of all time? No, it never was.
It never was. Yeah,
it was the greatest dance movie of all time.
What's that? Did I get it wrong?
It was the greatest.
No, that was the right. No, it said it was the greatest. Is Footloose still the greatest movie of all time?
No, it never was.
It was the greatest dance movie of all time.
No, that was a line from Infinity War.
Yeah, the line from Infinity War was it was Star-Lord and Star-Lord's like, and then
in Spider-Man. Did you ever see this really old movie called Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah. If somebody says one more pop culture reference,
it's like you're going home. Oh
Yeah,
God,
so
I miss
see
Marvel
that
movies.
very
When you could
old
just go to a
movie.
movie and be like, I don't know shit about this, but I'm going to be excited to watch it.
Yeah,
I like that
hopefully in
part.
the downtime, Peter Parker is just like sitting at home when he's not being Spider-Man since he can't be with his friends anymore, and he's
Yeah.
just like marathoning Netflix and like just getting all the
Or-
movies out of his system.
No, he'll be marathoning Disney Plus
Yeah.
and looking at all the fine content. By the way, Disney Plus is raising my rates by $5 a month next month.
Yeah.
You know,
That's why
All the streaming is.
Mm.
Max is going to be raising them.
yeah.
Hulu is going up. Well, really anything Disney oriented is going up. So
that's
Hulu and that.
Stock prices go down, prices go up.
that's why I
I'm
have
sure Netflix is probably going to have an increase next year just to compensate for One Piece now that it has a season 2.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to make up for
When they
that.
had Jamie Lee Curtis in there too, so his career.
Yeah, that's going to be brilliant. But
why
Yeah.
it's nice to have other people's Disney Plus, then you don't have to pay for it.
oh yeah, no, I don't
Okay,
have a
so
Mac. I
back
have
to
something
the
else.
next topic.
Yeah. There.
Okay, yes. So ChemFest
Yes,
is what?
this is our 9th annual ChemFest event, which is basically comic books, Comic-Con, but all artists of minority color. But we're open to everybody to come. Like, we don't stray away or tell people, oh, you can't come. You could come. Even if as an artist, you could come. We're more of Egyptian style, but it's more focused on Afrofuturism.
Like the thing you did at Comic-Con.
Yes.
Which,
And
yes, Day has been on a panel at Comic-Con, New York
Nice.
Comic-Con, ladies and gentlemen.
thank you, Ryan.
Well, no, because here's the thing. Obviously, we're talking about this thing, which is good for like us Jersey locals, but obviously, a lot of our fan base may not be from Jersey.
Right.
So you
And
might
New
have to
York.
explain to them a little bit what all this is, because I'm just going to take a shot in the dark here. I don't know if they necessarily have anything like a Chem Fest where Rob lives in Arkansas.
I don't
But
know what a Chem Fest is.
It's
So then we
Afrofuturism.
need some explanation.
It's like an African way of Comic-Con or create Afrofuturism. It's like converting or having African American or African comic book artists, fashion, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We focus on all things and convert it into a comic book type of event. Comic-Con event, sorry, not comic book, but Comic-Con event. A little bit stuffy, excuse me. Yours truly is the director of the Chem Animation Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
So I am the person that puts people who are animators into the festival, and we basically showcase their talents and their art. We also have fashion when it comes to cosplaying, Afrofuturism fashion, and we have vendors. Like we got right now, Will Flores.
Just brief thing.
Yeah.
Can you explain what Afrofuturism is?
Think of Wakanda.
Oh,
Wakanda forever.
Rob,
Wakanda
that was not
forever.
a cue for you to do Wakanda forever.
Yes, he did. I started to like Rob right now, but it's like
yes, but I mean, everyone was doing it back when Black Panther came out, and now I think like I might be too white to do it. I don't know. Like
You can
it
never
feels
be
like,
too white if you say Wakanda forever.
like you just did.
Yeah.
You colonizer.
Anyway, Day, back to what you were saying there. Please go ahead.
all right.
Quickly.
So pretty much, it's an event that you could bring your kids, family oriented. It's a more enjoyable moment. You could learn about cultures, know about different vendors, see artists. We got Will Torres, the artist that did The Boys.
Okay.
What else? Spawn, Batman, and The Walking Dead.
Is Michael J. White coming again?
No, that's Urban Action.
That's Urban Action Showcase. I'm sorry. My bad.
So if you in the Jersey area and Newark area, which is up north, almost next door to New York City, come by, show support, holla at your boy.
And when is this?
It is September 23rd to the 24th. So
This
it's
weekend. Literally this weekend.
Yeah, it's a 2-day
Also
event.
happening this weekend after you're done at ChemFest, especially on the 23rd. Why not come home and watch some MMA fighting?
Yes.
Yeah.
From your living room, 4.5 hours, 19 fights from basically on pay-per-view, $10. Moment.co/danger zone down there. Use the discount code of danger10 to get 10% off. Also, man. So,
yeah,
I will be going up on Friday. I'll be coming back Sunday morning.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
So,
I will be having a bunch of parties to go to and probably be drinking. And then Sunday I have to go see a rock concert in Newark. So I will be in Newark on Sunday.
So why don't you come to ChemFest before the concert starts?
Because I like pre-gaming and, kielbasa, and I want to go to Red's Beer Garden.
Nice.
And I'll be at Memphis Comic Expo this weekend. So,
And
yeah.
I will
Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis has a convention. I'll be there this weekend seeing Ming Chen, our favorite.
Buddy Ming, yeah.
Yeah, tell him we say hi.
Courage the Calorie Dogs voice actor. And yeah, so I'm excited for that. And
I will be on Sunday celebrating my birthday from Friday, because Friday and Saturday I'll be at the MMA event. So I can't actually celebrate my birthday because I'll be sitting there schmoozing with people while 25-year-old half-naked guys are weighing in. So,
you do that too? I do that too.
Shout out to Scott.
I'm not a 25-year-old half-naked guy.
Well,
because you're not. You're going to be 26 this year. So congratulations.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. I'm getting old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
so congratulations.
Congratulations on not dying.
For saying so young and virile against the rest of us old heads here.
It's called Arrested Psychological Development. Look it up. I have it. So that's basically my plan for Sunday. I'm probably going to have a big old ice cream cake, I think, because you know what? Why not?
Ooh.
Oh, you like ice cream cake?
Dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. When my wife was in Maine for 2 weeks, four times in 2 weeks, I had 1.5 quarts of ice cream in a single night. I would just pick up one for like $3, $5, whatever it was, plow through it, and then just basically it's like, oh, I'm not doing that again. Then 3 days later, I buy another one.
Well, that sounds like a challenge.
Oh, wow.
Here's the weird thing. If I eat a donut, I will gain 3 pounds. If I eat 1.5 quarts of ice cream, nothing happens to me.
It might be a lactose intolerance thing. It's going
to sound weird, but it just like slides through the system. It's cookies and cream every time, but I never gain an ounce from ice cream.
Goes from the Milky Way to the Hershey Highway.
Yeah. If it's like a solid dessert, I'm toast. But if it's kind of a liquidish thing, no, I'm fine.
Wow. Gelatinous would probably be the better
phrase.
Could
be. Yeah. Gelatinous.
But yeah, so we all got things this weekend. So
yeah, we do. Social activity.
It was cool. I won weekend passes for the Memphis Con, so that's how I'm going. That was pretty cool.
Nice. Right, yeah. So
it was funny is a scam account first commented on the post and was like, "You're a winner," but I knew they were a scam because it said follow, and I was already following the page, so I didn't do anything. And then this morning, I woke up to the actual account saying, "You actually won," and they put in parentheses, "Not a scam this time," or something like that. And it was funny.
See, that's the difference between Arkansas and Jersey. Like, we got that second message, we would instantly think, "Oh, it's still a scam." We don't trust nothing.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was the actual page.
And I'm walking in Memphis.
Because
walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill.
Facebook has a thing where it says author. If the actual person that made the post replies, it'll say author. So that told me to.
Oh,
so the thing about basically, giving myself a really large penis actually wasn't accurate.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait.
Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note.
I was all worried about my sweatshirt, and then you come out with that.
Dude, I read your sweatshirt like 4 times.
Yeah. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Davion. That's Scott. right there. This is Ryan. Well, yeah.
Well, no. That's,
Darn it.
blame Scott. He's the one that has control over this.
Okay, we're going to start this all over again. On that note, folks, that's Scott. That's Ryan right here.
Wait.
And that's the guy that's always like dressing up as an elf.
No one can see your hands.
I figured it out.
When you went over here, it looked like you were pointing at me.
You want me to do this?
Should I hit the thing or should I just like I don't even
Hit
know
the
what to
thing.
do.
Please hit the thing.